Old Lock 33, St. Johnsville. I'm at the lower end of this enlarged Erie Canal lock, right next to the current Erie Barge Canal. This lock is pretty darn cool because look at the front of it. It was lengthened from the head of the lock, the upper side, to usually lowered from the foot, this side. So this chamber here would be past me, behind me in length. It would be 2 boats long. And then this would be a single chamber, 110 feet long, large enough for just 1 boat. And this was doubled in, meaning 2 chambers. I would say 1840, enlarged Erie Canal. And it was probably, the south chamber there was probably lengthened sometime in the 1880s. One thing I've noticed already is you see it's got a guide wall, at least on the towpath side, and it's concrete, so probably around 1900 or so, and it goes down to about that tree. Right up here was another thing I noticed just now. You can see all those marks from the lines towing the canal boats. So they'd be rubbing up against the edge there, and little by little carve away those grooves. Makes me wonder, how long would a line last? Did they repair them? I can't remember if I already said it, but this was a 6-foot lift, westbound. I think there's some more concrete. See that more in the eastern section. "18 feet wide." So the dimensions of the lock would basically set the criteria to how large a old Erie Canal boat could be. See on those steps up there, looks like a lot of erosion, a lot of weathering on them. Look how rounded off those are. The lock's in pretty darn good shape. Some locals got together a number of years ago and they had cleaned this chamber out. Maybe not this chamber, it could have been that one, maybe both, but they cleaned the lock out. There was bunch of tires and a bunch of old garbage in there, and they cleaned it all out. They did a really good job cleaning this place up, making it accessible for people to come and visit. Now you got your upper end. Gate pockets on the towpath side, the north chamber. And you see over there through the trees, maybe, that other chamber's still going. It's double length, so you could fit a tandem tow in there, 2 boats. Very common on the old canals to tow more than just one barge. A lot of nice stonework up here still. So on this side you'd have like a dock right along the edge to fill in that gap. Oh, I'm not going to go down in there. I got shorts and Crocs on, but look at that wall. More than 10 feet. All stone block. Now, of course, this is the old tow path. The old pictures you can see, there was buildings over here. Canal store. Maybe a mill on the other side. Just down the road here, there's a beautiful brick building. I guess that's where the lock tender stayed. Nice bridge abutment right in front of the house. In the back, you can see. Oh, maybe you can't. But that's the overflow for the Erie Canal, unlike the Black River Canal and the Chenango Canal, etc. that had the overflow going around in a separate channel. This would run right down the island of the lock, one creating a place for the water to go when it reached its level. You didn't want any more water in the level behind it, but also to power the winches and the drop gates, the tumble gates. The water would actually power those, so you could pull boats in and out, and also lower the upper end of the gate. The lower end always had miter gates, as far as I know. I don't think you could do it. The drop gates, the tumble gates on this side, but many of them were refitted for the upper end. Just a little remnants of the hardware that held the miter gates down. They're happier than me. They're playing Roblox against each other. Wondering if that used to have a big 33 right in the middle. Now, for the extended chamber. You can't even see how far back it goes. That's not even half of the chamber. Man, I wish this place was a little closer to home. It's such an awesome area back here. It's quiet, peaceful, except for when that damn train goes by. But you got the current canal right here. You got a boat launch for kayaks or canoes. Not to mention this beauty. Good spot. I'm gonna back this up one more time because I really like the front of that. Most of the locks, you lost that when one of the chambers was lengthened, because like I said, usually it was from the lower end. So you lose that with most of them. Like I said before, but I'll probably make it a little more clear. This was built around 1840. So, I'm not sure if it went right into operation then, but if it did, it would have been just before the New York Stop Act, where they shut down everything. 1841, all the construction. Let's cut over to the other side. So there would have been a shanty on here, kind of a lock keeper's office. They'd have a bathroom in there, I believe, with a hole that went straight down into the lock culvert. Easy disposal. Man, this stuff is sketchy in there. Now you'll see up here there'll be some gate pockets right in the middle of the chamber. This was the lock size before it was lengthened in the 1880s. Just this one chamber lengthened, remember? No locks had two lengthened lock chambers. Oh, a little bit more at this end. And you see, with that much hardware there, and how many years this was lengthened after, before it was closed, you know, like 1880s to 1910s, you know, 20, 25 years. I think they probably kept the gate on here, so they wouldn't have to fill the whole thing up every time. Yeah, I can't get back any further there. But it's twice as long as what I just showed. Got to come back in the fall, late fall, early spring. There's a nice culvert down in there too. I don't know, it's probably 6 to 8 feet wide, and it goes right down the length of this island here between the two chambers. Boy, that's pretty far down. That's actually really far down. No way to pick that up. But it's probably 15 feet down or so. See it? Beautiful, perfect arch. Okay, so lock 33, St. Johnsville. This stuff's always around the canal ruins. Damn sumac. I can't tell the difference between the regular sumac and the poison sumac, so I treat it all as poison. Yeah, I'd like to take a much better look further down there. I think it would be quite interesting. So, from Lock 33, there you have it. Little different style video here. I never hit stop. I just treated it like you were here with me, showing you a couple things that you might not have noticed. So that's looking west towards Minden. Just one more look over the lock since I wasn't able to hit the upper end. A little bit too much brush coverage. Got the button out front.